Oh, mate.
Wragg. Are you there?
Good, man. What chocolate bar do we have this week?
Kit Kat Chunky. Classic.
Kit Kat Chunky.
If anything, it may have surpassed the single Kit Kat. The four-fingered typical one.
That's a great shout, actually. Yeah.
It's so good. It was between this, the rest of some dairy milk I had, but I thought that's too messy.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Or Yorkie raisin and biscuit, but
Yorkie raisin and biscuit's pretty decent as well. Quite filling.
yeah. I need to savor my time with them though.
Yeah.
Not as quick. What's John saying? Because if I do go to life drawing, I need to scoot on. Oh, is he?
He's literally here now.
Yeah, fair it is. Talk of the devil.
Good evening.
All right, mate.
All right, Barry.
Have you seen the breaking news in the Premier League?
What's the breaking
Ranieri
news?
out on his arse.
Ranieri's been sacked.
Yeah.
They're a fucking waste of a football club, honestly. They do my fucking head in. First of all, they shouldn't. I don't want to start in a bad note, but they shouldn't be in the Premier League. They're not a big enough club. They're not exciting. They're just that kind of.
They deserve to be in there.
What's that?
They deserve to be in there because they won the games to get there. So.
Yeah.
No, well, not in my opinion. I don't want them there. They're one of these clubs that you don't want in the Premier League, do you? We all agree on that. And honestly, I'm absolutely sick of it. I really hope the next person doesn't come in and turn it around because I want them to go down. I don't want them back up. I'm
who are they going to get though?
Who? Watford?
Yeah.
I don't know. Some foreigner that the owners know. I mean, it's the same every time. They sacked 3 managers a season.
They shouldn't have got rid of that. What the last one? I can't even remember. Was it Zisco Munez? Is it that guy?
Oh yeah, that was what 4 months ago or something.
Yeah. I mean, they weren't picking up results, but he was getting better results than Ranieri's got.
Yeah, I know. Well,
you
they
feel
sack
sorry
managers all the time though. They do it all the time.
Yeah, but do you feel sorry for Ranieri? Like, because he's obviously a good manager. Like,
he's 70. Do you know what I mean? He's made his money. He's worked managed for about 40 years.
Yeah, I think
he knew that was going to happen. You don't go to Watford thinking I'm going to be here for 10 years. Do you know he'll be there for like 6 months?
His swan song was that Leicester victory. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was literally like, and then it all, that should have been him bowing out and being like, right, that is my greatest achievement. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, he'll bow out now, won't he? He's not going to get another job after Watford.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I mean, he will because he can go back to Italy and he did well at Sampdoria and left there. I mean, he's managed every club in Italy. So I mean,
yeah,
he will get another job if he wants it.
Well, apparently he was friends of the people that own the Watford and Udinese. You know that Pozo family. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, the Watford are in trouble, mate. That was a terrible, terrible result to get beaten at home 3-0 by Norwich.
And everyone
Crazy.
had
I'm happy with that.
Dennis as like captain.
Oh,
Don't
get me started. I just forgot about that.
Yeah, but you've still got Dennis away to Burnley though. You've still got that's what I'm worried about. Your brother, Wragg. I'm 21 points ahead, but he's still got Dennis as captain to play Burnley.
He's
suspended, isn't he? He's not going to play.
But
he got sent off.
I know, but he's not got a red mark next to his name.
He will. He'll only get that one number, that one, like the -1. That's all he'll get for that week.
-2, thanks, because I had him as
captain. Yeah, -2. That's all he's going to get.
Do you know, I literally was like this week, because I only had one transfer, so I couldn't do much with my team. And I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to captain Cancelo. I'm going to captain a defender. Just like, fuck it. I'm just going to do it. And then like a couple of days later, I looked at it and it had been updated that Dennis had 2 games. So I switched it last minute and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I know.
And Cancelo got 9 points or something, 11 points or something stupid like that. It's like,
yeah.
It's just so annoying, isn't it? Like fantasy football,
massively frustrating.
This season has been probably one of the most frustrating fantasy footballs. It's not really been too much fun because
I'm quite enjoying it. I'm enjoying it very much.
Are you really?
Do you know what? I'm actually
If I beat
doing
the brother,
fairly
I'll
well,
go to
but
third.
It's
I know
doing
actually
my
that's
head
a
in.
lie. Cancelo only got 2 points. Why did I think he got more points? That must
He
have been
got-
last week.
Yeah, he got some the week before. He got a lot.
It must have been last week. I have because after that shambles with Dennis, I didn't even look how I got on with my head-to-head game. Yes, I lost it. Thanking. Excellent.
That's good for me.
I know because we're in we're right.
We're European positions.
Oh,
Yeah, 5th and 6th.
Well,
remember,
I'm
where
going
am I?
now.
10th, Wragg, 10th, but only 6 points behind.
God, I'm having a mare. What's happening?
Although, yeah, I mean that Chris Fortescue is like well ahead.
Yeah,
and
he is.
Cowper.
You're very
Yeah,
annoying.
they're
Isn't
well
it?
ahead. Yeah, I know. Very annoying.
Wow.
I can't keep consistency. One week I'll be excellent. Other weeks, shambles. So
I think
what can you do?
I've been beaten by very small margins.
Yeah, well, who was
Like,
it that played
couple of-
World Quantrill?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, your brother, right?
Because he beat me. He beat me. Oh yeah, he beat your brother. That's right, he beat your brother,
Yeah.
but he beat me about a month ago as well, like out of nowhere. But it was ridiculous. He's not even
Without
looked at his team.
changing
He's
anything.
second
Yeah,
bottom.
Yeah.
just happened to have a team that done well.
Yeah, Jack Harrison. He got a hat trick.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, and also someone else. Bruno Fernandes as captain he had as well.
Yeah, that was it. Fernandez as captain. I think he got about 40 odd
mate.
points for that.
Yeah, he 42 points. Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
48,
no one's
46
really been
points.
having
I got 23 points from.
Lucky
Yeah.
bastard.
Right, let's start with your team then, John. Man United. Scoring in the Fergie time.
Yeah, I mean, I know how that feels. I mean, I can imagine how annoying it is for everyone else because it's the same as Celtic up north. Like it's always last kick of the ball, they score and stuff. But I still don't understand how it wasn't offside.
I was going to say that's the reason it's contentious.
Well, they did the lines; it was like onside. But how though? I genuinely don't understand.
Cavani was offside. It was like if you doing that VAR thing, he was offside.
I know.
Who sent that thing through about Harry Kane?
Then? What?
Oh, it was Steve, wasn't it? Yeah,
someone
that
sent an image through of Harry Kane, and
Yeah.
that was given offside, but it was from a slightly different angle. But it was just like they looked exactly the same. If anything, Cavani looked further forward.
Yeah.
And one was given offside, one wasn't. It's just like, well, fuck.
It's inconsistency, isn't it? That's the
Same as always.
most frustrating thing.
But just to confirm it, how did they get away with that then? Like why how if he's offside, why is it saying he's onside then?
Don't know. I've got no answer to you, mate. It literally is just a case of they drew the lines and said, well, he's onside.
Were both his feet?
Then, nobody's come out since then and said, "Oh, VAR is broken because he was clearly offside." Everyone just like acknowledging that he was onside.
Just kind of like moved on with it, didn't they? Yeah.
No, but there must have been. So I've not seen it properly. I've only seen like the still shot of it. But there must have been part of his body that was onside then that they're going off of.
There was.
I know last year they were going by stupid decisions like that Bamford arm being offside or whatever. But they're not doing that this year, are they?
Is arm not included anymore?
I don't think so, but I'm not 100% sure. It's just so confused. It seems to change all the time at the minute, so it is quite baffling.
Yeah, well, that wasn't the only VAR. Like, just to stay with VAR, like, did you see the Liverpool game? Did we see the penalty that got awarded to Liverpool?
Yeah.
As a Liverpool fan, it was kind of embarrassing, to be quite honest with you.
But how's that happening as well?
It was a joke.
Why is that happening?
Absolute joke.
Like it's really frustrating because it's like, well, it's not as if it's like, oh, we're checking it. Oh no, look, he's tripped him up. It's like he's not giving the penalty. Oh no, he did give the penalty, didn't he?
No, he didn't give a penalty. The referee didn't give a penalty.
And so they say it was a clear and obvious error. That it
VAR
was
called him across to check his screen.
Oh yeah,
he went across, he checked his screen, and then gave a penalty. And
there's just
even
no point
after checking the screen, he should have just said it's a load of rubbish. It was a joke. I felt so sorry for Crystal Palace. Well,
they played well, didn't they?
They were brilliant. Yeah, they should have.
Sorry for him. He wasn't arsed. He was like, yeah.
They should have got first 35 minutes. Liverpool were amazing. I'm not joking. Like, there was no space for Palace. They pressed everything. They were just They could have been 3-4 goals up. They were just brilliant. But then after that, they just looked really wobbly. Like they were playing a high line, got caught offside for like one of the goals. So it was like 2-1. Crystal Palace had maybe 3-4 literally glorious chances to score. And then at like 88th minute, Liverpool get a penalty that was like the most piss take of a penalty ever. It was harsh. Yeah.
It's really annoying.
You know, keep pace with Man City a little. Cut that deficit down slightly.
Well, they drew, didn't they? I mean, Southampton played well to get a draw there. Well, at Southampton, wasn't it?
Yeah. Get a draw there at Southampton.
At their own place.
Yeah.
As they do. Yeah. But, Chelsea, are you saying you're out of it then, even though you won? Even though you beat...
Have you looked at the table?
Yeah.
If you just do I know they're not all going to win these games in hand, but if you add up all these games in hand, so many teams are so close to us or above us. Even Tottenham will still be above us if they win their games in hand, even though we just beat them quite comfortably. I mean, I know there was a contentious VAR thing in that as well. I didn't think it was contentious, but people did.
Well, what did you? If obviously, I mean, I get it. I'd be the same, being like, well, it wasn't a penalty. Do you know what I mean? Or wasn't a goal? Sorry, like fine. But if you look at it from the neutral, I mean, it's quite frustrating because it's like I don't know what the rules just change every single game, and it's going to stay like that. It's literally going to stay like that. So it's like Pukki's one for Norwich against Watford. I thought when I looked at that, I thought, they're not going to give that because he shoved the boy to knock him down for Pukki to cut it back to score. But he was like, no, it's a contact sport. That's what happens. But Kane was literally just making space for himself. He's such a fast play, and he's like that. Put his hand out as he would, I think. And Thiago Silva threw himself to the ground. I mean, Thiago Silva had run too far. He was great. He knew that. So
no. I think the difference is if Thiago Silva was on his feet, the ball he would have been contending for the ball. It wasn't that far in front of him.
It wasn't enough to push him over. It wasn't even enough to knock him off balance. It was literally just contact.
I gotta say that's a Chelsea heart saying that, mate. Come on, there was nothing in that little push. It was frustrating.
If Roy Keane says it was the right decision, and it's the right decision.
Roy Keane just says whatever Roy Keane says is the wrong decision. Because all he said, he just wants to disagree with everyone else. He knows he'll get a wee argument.
Yeah, I mean, if it was the other way around, I would think it was harsh, for sure. But that was literally the only time they troubled us all game.
Well,
but if that was 1-0, it would have been different,
Yeah.
Well, I had a 50p goal rush on at the weekend in 10 games, and I got.
No wonder you're fucking raging about it.
I got 19 out of 20. Only Tottenham didn't score.
You serious?
Way.
Yeah. So I was like,
no wonder you were sending messages about it then. See,
well, I was really at the time. I was like, good. And
in actual reality,
I just put Kane in my team as well. Took out Ronaldo, put Kane in. I was like, nah. He shoved the guy over. The guys went flying. Fucking diving bastard.
So if you didn't have an invested interest, you would have thought it was the correct decision. That's basically what you're saying.
Because
that's basically what you're saying.
That's Liverpool games, all the
kind of
what
you're saying.
And it's just what annoys me. I think more is because one, you don't know the rules. You don't know what it changes every single game. It literally whatever's one person's penalty is another person's booking for a dive simulation.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that bad. But what I'm worried about is because it's going to come to Scotland, it's going to be 100 times worse because it's literally just going to be like, oh no, it's got to be a penalty for Celtic there because he sneezed on him there. Like, oh yeah, definitely. It's like
when is it going? Scotland
next year. Mental. What's that?
Next season.
Yeah, next season. Yeah.
But
what's going to happen?
It's the inconsistencies which you're right. It's like you were saying about people being shoved off the ball. One time they'll give it, one time they won't give it. Another time someone will get booked for it, but it's all the same sort of incident.
So it's just the same as having no VAR. It's just having a referee. The referee doesn't give it next season. It's just having another referee who's incompetent. It's really, really frustrating.
It is. So, we did have a lull, haven't we? From because we when VAR came in, we were talking about it literally every week, and we're like, oh fuck it. Whereas for quite a few weeks, we didn't really talk about VAR, but last couple, there's been some really shoddy VAR decisions.
Yeah,
Yeah, there has been. Did you watch Nigeria versus Tunisia last night?
I'm going to be honest. I've not.
I watched the last half an hour. It was on Sky Sport.
One game, mate. I've only watched highlights of the AFCON.
I've listened to the first one I watched, but Alex Iwobi came on as sub on the 59th minute and got sent off straight red card in the 63rd minute. He was on the park for 4 minutes, but. As much as I don't like Alex Iwobi, because I think he's absolutely fucking useless, I felt sorry for him. It looked like he was going to burst into tears walking off the park, because he's went and get the ball 50-50. He's got to run away with the ball, and the referee's pulled it back saying, "No, it's a free kick because you've caught him." VAR check it. Checking red card. I'm like, what for? And he stepped over the ball, but the boy's put his foot in, so he's went to shield the ball, but he's caught the guy's ankle as he's done it. Just a clip. And the guys didn't even complain about it, but it's like straight red card. I'm like, you fucking idiots, man. Do you mean
harsh?
I'm watching that, being like, I don't even have an invested interest in that. I've not got a bet in it. They're not in my fantasy team. It's nothing. But it's just like, what the fuck is that about, man? It's like people's dreams going to play for the country. Nah, straight red card. Off you go. For what? For what?
Yeah.
It was like these things happen. Do you know what I mean? I missed the ball for two. I shielded the ball and the boy's put his leg there. What the fuck's the problem?
I know.
Unbelievable, honestly.
Did you see Comoros of having to play their knockout game with an outfield player in goal? I think it's tonight against Cameroon.
Is that the
one of their goalkeepers is injured, and then the other two have got COVID.
Oh, fucking hell, really?
So because of the rules and they have to have a certain amount of fit players, and then they have to play the game. They're having to put an outfield player in goal.
What a joke!
Because it was on BBC Sport that they've already designated the player.
I've never heard of Comoros.
I've never heard of him.
Comoros, come on. You need to.
I've never heard of Comoros in my life.
You need to bone up on your countries, mate. Surely that come up on television.
Where is it?
Africa, isn't it?
It's in Africa.
I've never heard of Comoros in my life. Oh yeah, just below Ireland. No, I've never heard of it.
They're like Australia in the Eurovision. They just get like special compensation to be in Africa.
I think that match is going to be cancelled, actually, because I think they're going to realise that there's no such thing as Comoros just before kick-off. And they're like, right, everyone go home. There's no such thing as Comoros. We're just realised.
But the thing is, how can you do that, though, as well? It's like, it sort of makes a farce of the knockout competition, doesn't it? Because if this guy is getting like lobbed left, right and centre from everywhere.
I know.
Against the home country of Cameroon as well. It seems a bit dodge, man.
That's a bit harsh.
Yeah, Cameroon's apparently very, very, very bad for crime at the moment. People getting killed left, right and centre.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I did read that. Yeah.
You know what I was laughing at last night is, well, I wasn't laughing that hard. It was quite funny, though. I wasn't pissing myself. But it was, Nigeria got beat, obviously, and so they got knocked out, and it was a big shock because Nigeria should have went through. And it went to the fans, but the fans, like, over there, like, they're not like, yeah, fucking going mental with her. There's this guy, they gutted, he was like, and he started going, just like dancing. He was like, I was like, what? It doesn't look that nice.
Annoyed dancing?
Yeah, annoyed dancing, doing like these big fierce kicks and stuff. Yeah.
Amazing. I wish that's how I could get over my team losing.
Yeah, can you imagine?
I know, just like
rather than being absolutely raging.
Ruined. Maybe we should try it next time. Next time, like Liverpool lose, I'll just start giving it a little dance and see if it doesn't ruin my weekend. It's a good
Excellent. Shout. You're on the booze, Ras.
I wish.
Alcohol free.
Zero alcohol, isn't it?
Erdinger. Is that an Erdinger?
Yeah, zero alcohol.
Any good?
It's all right. I do have many of them.
Have you tried every single zero alcohol beer?
I have tried them, yeah, and I tried all the wines as well. Well, not all the wines. I've tried 2 different types of wines, but it's just I only get them at the weekends, and then I got 2 bottles for tonight because I like to have a wee beer while talking football.
Have you tried Capri Sun?
Yeah, I did.
It's pretty good. Zero alcohol Capri Sun. Yeah. Excellent.
No, because the weekends I want to feel like I'm like coming in Friday night and stuff, or Saturday. I want to feel like I was having a glass of wine. So I got this red wine. It was like £2.75, no alcohol, zero wine. But it's like, looks like red wine. I pour it in a glass and like, yeah, it looks like red wine. I was like, tastes like fucking grape juice. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, it's not the same. I just hope. I mean, these things won't get invented. You just hope one day, like, tastes exactly like red wine. You said there's no alcohol. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's like there's on Friday though.
It's like a lot of the meat substitutes, like.
Yeah.
And initially, I'm like, oh yeah, that's not bad. 2 more bites in, I'm like, actually, no, I'm done with that.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Erin got that fucking bacon and put it on a bagel for me today for my lunch. I opened it, I was like, what the fuck is that? And I remember seeing the fridge, I was like, oh, it just tastes like cheap meat. It tastes like cheap crap.
Looks like Play-Doh. It looks like flattened Play-Doh. Yeah. Did you still eat it all?
Threw it at a customer. I did.
Yeah. Right, chaps, I'm gonna have to go, mate. So I'm gonna.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's
Where
all
you
right.
going?
Well, potentially life drawing. I've just got to sort my shit out.
No worries.
Do it, mate.
Catch you later. Pod in the pub next time.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Nice one. All right, chaps. Catch you later.
Right.
Oh,
See you in a bit.
Later.
Oh, yeah.